Hello, my name's Christopher, and today I'll be showing you how to silence Amazon Astro. So, why I want to silence him is he goes around patrols at night, but I don't want to be woken up by him patrolling and saying stuff and looking at inanimate objects and seeing that it might be a person and saying that you want to put him home or anything like that. So, I did look in the app, and they do have Do Not Disturb, but Do Not Disturb makes him go back to his dock and I don't want that to happen. I want him to still patrol just silently. Um, so today we're going to tie in with Alexa Media Player. It's a integration in Home Assistant that I did show you how to install in Home Assistant, and that will be linked down in the description. I also did a video on installing Home Assistant too, so I'll link that as well. So this series is about creating a smart home from scratch, and I'm going to go over installing software to creating home automations. And if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and let's get started. So, I'm going to start out with a fresh install of Home Assistant. And I've installed HACS, I've installed Alexa Media Player, I've done videos on installing all that, Home Assistant, HACS, Alexa Media Player. I'll link it down in the description. And so once you install that, you can let's go to the automations and scenes. Go on settings, automations and scenes, and then I'm gonna go create automation down here, and then you can pick it. I'm going to create new automation. Okay, now I'm going to go over to edit in YAML right here. And I'm going to go over my guests that I will link down in the description. So I'm going to copy this, all of this. Then I'm going to go back over here and we're in the edit YAML. So I'm going to paste that in and I'm going to go backwards right here. Wait, no, I'm going to go over here and edit the visual editor. Okay, now here's the triggers. When the time is equal to 11 p.m., I'm going to trigger this automation. When the time is equal to 8 a.m., I'm going to trigger the automation. So I figure I'll trigger it at night, and I figure I'll trigger it in the morning. So now I'm going to have a choose. I'm going to do conditions. I'm going to do the condition at a time, and then I'm going to do it at 10:59 a.m. after that, and before 8 a.m. I'm going to do a sequence. So now, service is Alexa Media Player, and then I'm going to do Astro is muting for the night as the message on the notified. And I'm going to target the kitchen. You can also put in more targets down here. And the data in that is going to be TTS for text to speech. And then now I'm going to call the service of media player.volume set. I'm going to set the data and the volume level to 0, as in I want it to be 0% on the volume to silence it. I'm going to set the target as mediaplayer.astro. That is the Astro's entity ID. And then now I'm going to do another condition, and I'm going to do the condition as time, and then I'm going to do after 7:59, and then that means that this will trigger before, this will trigger at 8 a.m. Then we're going to verify that it's before 8 a.m. And then I'm going to verify that it's before 12 a.m. Then I'm going to do another sequence, and I'm going to do service as notified.Alexa Media. Then I'm going to do data. I'm going to put message in Astro and muting for the day. Then I'm going to set the target is the kitchen, echo, Then I'm going to set the data as text-to-speech type, which is TTS here. Then I'm going to say service, and then I'm going to media player volume set, and then I'm going to set it to 90%, the volume level, and then I'm going to set the entity ID as the Astro down here. Okay, now that I've explained it in YAML, I'm going to explain it in the UI now. So confirm the time is after 10:59 p.m. and before 8 a.m. This just makes it to where it confirms it is before 11 p.m. when the trigger happens. So you have an option 1, and then you have an option 2. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to send a notification, and I'm going to say Astro is muting for the night in the message. Then I'm going to go down to target, and I'm going to set it to kitchen. And this is an array of targets. And then I'm going to set data as TTS. Now, in YAML, it's set an array is the dash and then space, and then you put your entity ID in. So I'm going to go down to option 2 now. I'm going to confirm the time is after 7:59 a.m. So, like I said, I'm going to call it at 8 a.m., but I'm going to confirm that this option is going to only be done after 7:59 a.m. and before 12 a.m. Then, if this condition meets, I'm going to go down to actions, and I'm going to send a notification with Alexa Media. I'm going to send a notification as the service. Then I'm going to go down here to message, and I'm going to set it as Astro is unmuting for the day. Then I'm going to set the target as the kitchen echo. I'm going to set the data as TTS for text to speech. And then you're going to put type in there.
I don't know that one.
And then, so I'm going to set the media player set volume. So right there. I'm going to set the target. You just go over here and you type in the name and then you select it. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to just go down to Astro. I'm going to select it. There you go. And then I'm going to set it as at 90% volume. So option 1 runs at nighttime and mutes the Astro. And then option 2 runs in the daytime to unmute Astro and make him sound. And so you can go down here, save down in the bottom right, and you can name it and put a description. I'm going to say rename. Then you can see up here, you can see information like you can toggle this automation on and off. This is really handy. Like in another automation, you can turn it off, and you can put this on your dashboard to turn on and off if you don't want to run this automation for some reason. You can go down to run here. I'm going to just run it. And then you can rename it. And then you can say change mode. And this is the mode single. Do not start a new run. Issue a warning. So this means that if you have a single running and another one calls again, an automation calls again, then it will just put a warning out and not run it. So now a restart means that it will restart that automation again if you had a second one on. And then queue just means that you put the set amount that you want to queue up to run. And then parallel means that the two automations will run in parallel to each other. Okay, now you can go back over to settings and you can change this anytime you want. So restart, queued, you can set the queue length, and then you can set the parallel runs. How many automations you want to run in parallel, and how many automations you want to be in queue at one time. So I'm going to just keep that as single. You can duplicate it right here, and you can disable it, and you can delete it. So I just ran the automation, and it just sounded in there, and it just said it just ran the daytime condition. So as you can see, I went up to traces, then I'm in the trace, and then now time. It didn't trigger by time. So the conditions now, so the choice is 1, and in programming, numbers are arrays are 0 to 1 or from on there, and then it always starts at 0. So that's why this is 1, because this right here is 0. A condition is 0. So it picked the daytime condition to run, and then it ran it. It notified it. It set the volume of Astro to 90%, and if this was lit up over here, it would have ran the night condition. You can also see the timeline. You can see that Astro's Do Not Disturb was triggered, the automation. And then you can see the automation config right here. And once you have these automations run, you can just switch back and forth between these automations and be able to see the time and dates that they ran. You can refresh this. So if you have this automation run again, you can refresh it, and then this will light up to where you can go back. And then you can download the trace, and you can see the info on the automation. So that is how to silence your Amazon Astro at night and unsilence it at daytime. So I just showed you how to silence your Amazon Astro at night and unmute him at the daytime. And those conditions happen at night and day based on the time that those conditions have. And I hope I've walked you through it and you've learned a lot. I went over the UI kinda on creating automations as well. And so if you like these tutorials, like, comment, subscribe, and also if you have any questions, you can join the Big Bear community, or you can comment down below, and I'll be glad to reply back and try to help you as much as possible. So stay tuned for more tutorials.